Gotta make sure I don't pick up that magnet down there. That'd be bad news. Now, speaking of good news, Wayfinder goes into early access on August 15th, I believe. And to access it, I think you go to wayfinder.com and get a founder's pack, which start as low as 20 bucks, and at the high end, it's like 150 bucks for like the crazy package. That's sick. Wayfinder, the more I think about it, it looks really fun, dude. It looks like a much more simplistic WildStar, which isn't a bad thing. Not a bad thing one bit. And hopefully it's more accessible so more folks play it and have a good time, which it will be because it'll also be on console, I'm pretty sure. I think PlayStation, I don't know if Xbox gets access, which is, we gotta stop with freaking console exclusivity is so annoying. It is just egregiously bad. I'm gonna go ahead and do Potion of Oblivion, get rid of pickup range. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we trying to make games good, but at the same time we're making them exclusive so not everyone can even experience it? They're going out of their way to do it, I feel like, too. Like, PlayStation pays extra so Xbox doesn't get access. I'm pretty sure that's how this works. Or maybe Wayfinder just hates Xbox. I don't know. I don't know, bruv. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Get that. Attack speed for when it says that just plain attack speed applies to everything. When it says main weapon, it only applies to your main weapon, which means that you don't get your abilities, this thing right here, Kugel Blitz, to attack faster. So I think it's better to prioritize that kind of stuff first. But the only things that I tend to duplicate, which is a potion you have, is going to be projectiles. Like, you get additional projectiles. And then also I like to duplicate one other thing, like a random buff like here. I'm not sure which one. I'll do attack speed. It's the best option right now. Area, firing frequency. Well, the area. Area's gonna be pretty massive for my flamethrower. And maybe my Kugel Blitz. I'm almost guaranteeing that's how you say that word. Kugel Blitz. I'm very confident that that's being said properly. Electrified chance, sure. There's really no point in trying to reroll too much necessarily, because towards the end of this, you'll have too many options, like, or you'll have too few options actually. Fire area, fire damage, sure. Only because I'm flame guy. If it wasn't flame guy, I really don't like that option. You see, like, the 200 damage from electricity, or 300, and the 25 from fire. Like, look at this. Maybe fire hits more often. 500. I'm also already mowing this guy. Low Kizzy. I'm gonna reroll this actually. Ooh. Crit chance, lightning damage, electrified chance. I almost want to duplicate that. Almost, but I didn't. I haven't thought about the best thing to duplicate outside of the two multi-hit things. Radiant Aura, Phantom Needles. I don't like Radiant Aura that much. Phantom Needles is better. I think the cogwheels are like the best thing in the game. Like, I think Kugel Blitz unironically slaps. Lightning Strike's pretty good, and the cogwheels are the best. What else is new in games right now? Viewfinder just came out. Viewfinder is pretty chill. It wasn't a very long game by any means, but it was fun. I don't know if there's really content for me because I was low-key just chilling playing it. So I didn't really make a video on it. I recorded the whole thing, but I probably won't make a video, sadly. Viewfinder. Raven's Watch, still waiting for new content on that. Aside from that, man, the game's just kind of there. They exist. +1 piercing, sure. I don't know if I even need that, but sure. Lightning Strike. Now I have two things that deal lightning damage, which is huge. Attack speed for everything. Yes, sirski. This right here, multi-hit, I always duplicate those. I'm gonna go ahead and do this as well. But I don't know what to duplicate after that, because you only get two multi-hit options. Range, damage. Fire area. Critical damage bonus. I'll do crit chance instead. See, the thing with lightning too, because I have a lightning ring, which I think I get it regardless because I have lightning abilities, but once you get the lightning modifier, which is gotten by applying 20 stacks of electrify, you get access to that one talent that gives you crit chance, which applies to everything. So right now, my crit chance is not too crazy. I haven't gotten too many like regular crit bonuses, but it'll get pretty insane. And I attack so fast too that there's just so many chances to have crit apply. The main thing though isn't crit on my attacks, it's crit on my abilities. Abilities being these. Chance to burn. I don't think it's very necessary. Burn caps out at like 600 damage roughly. And that thing's dying because of electricity right now anyway. Well, I should go up now. The best thing you can do is quickly go back, quickly go down to grab the golden fortune thing, and then quickly going up and grabbing the one up the top. Damage, crit damage, stun range. Yes. I assume not many folks on YouTube know that I do TikTok, right? I've been trying to be less negative on TikTok, which I've done pretty good about being, because I play games like Overwatch and Apex, and if you don't know, those games don't really have much good news recently. Overwatch kind of had good news a little bit, but they've also had a lot of bad news. The bad news being that the devs are aware that there's been a lot less interest in the game. Not exactly ideal. When the devs flat out admit that kind of stuff, either they're really open or you should be kind of scared for the game. And I'm kind of scared for the game a little bit. But to be fair, I don't really play the game much anymore anyway. I've kind of moved on a little bit. Used to grind Overwatch like crazy back in the day. I had like 3,000 hours streamed. Much more I actually played because I had a lot of counts. It's hard to count how much time I played because I have so many counts. But a bit of an Overwatch addict, so maybe that game not being the greatest right now is a good thing for me. But aside from that, man, I'm not really sure what to look forward to game-wise. Raven's Watch update, Wayfinder. There's one more I can't think of. Remnant 2. Speaking of that, that's gonna be exciting. I'm really amped for Remnant 2. The devs for that game are hyping it up like crazy. They're saying that people have been playing the game for 400 plus hours, haven't found every secret, which isn't exactly the best news to me because I'm gonna be Googling guides and waiting for folks to show secrets, or I can make the guides myself. We'll see. But I'll be posting content for that for sure. Just trying to get involved. Probably do like playthroughs of different characters, because in Remnant 2 they have a lot more archetypes, and you can also have dual archetypes. Archetypes being like your class structure, I believe. So medic is the heal. You have, I think it's Hunter. Like Hunter has like a pet, or maybe it's Beastmaster. I don't know. There's Marksman, which is just rifle nerd, burst damage person. There's a dude with the LMG. I think that's probably actually still the medic. I don't quite know. But they've also added a ton of different customization for builds. Like there's so many rings. They showed so much loot. It was crazy. And the thing I didn't like about Remnant 1 that much, which the game was amazing, I put like 80 hours into it, but the thing I found a bit lackluster was the fact that there just wasn't all that much build customization in a sense, and what you could customize wasn't that strong. Like there were super clear metas, and there's always going to be a clear meta, but even the things that were supposed to be like there wasn't really fun options outside of meta that much, was my issue with Remnant 1. I still played the heck out of it. But Remnant 2 just looks like a massive improvement on so many fronts, which is insane to think about considering how good Remnant 1 was. Imagine everyone saying that Remnant 2 is so much, like, it's so much better when Remnant 1 was so good. That's insanity. Oh, I don't need piercing. We'll do, I think I just did piercing anyway, but whatever. I should just have piercing. Son of a biscuit. I have to go all the way up top. My plan is to try and get level 100 this way, which I don't need it. I've already gotten all the achievements in this game. I kind of no-liked it when it first came out, or when I first saw it. I was hyped to play it, but I played this game a lot, which I tend to do often, actually. Crit chance now. I tend to play the heck out of games that I somewhat enjoy, and I just go crazy. I usually don't go for a completionist stuff because I know that it can be a waste of time, but in this game it was actually kind of fun. They made it interesting to go for completionists for the most part. Most annoying thing about completionism in this game was the need to get like RNG stuff. You could play out a map, waste 30 minutes, and not get what you needed because you got bad RNG. And not even in terms of levels. I mean, like in terms of items. You need to get items and send them back to the well and buy them from the well. The RNG was getting the items in the first place. So that wasn't bad, but it wasn't ideal. You know what I mean? Attack speed for just the phantom blades. We'll do attack speed. Now I'm gonna start mowing a little bit. Yeah, I gotta be on the lookout for the secondary duplication upgrade. So if I let that go to waste again, I'm gonna freaking cry a little bit. Keep doing that. I've had a few runs where I finished the game and I still have so many potions left I could have used for better abilities earlier. Giga attack speed engaged. Strength. There's gonna be like one more strength, I think. I might use it on that. Because 20% extra damage is pretty crazy. See, already at 900, 1,000, 1,400 shock damage. Now the thing with shock doesn't last forever though. Like the stacks wear off really quickly. But if you keep hitting it, it just keeps doing 1,300. Enemies stunned by lightning strikes have a 50% chance to get electrified. If needles can still hit more. Needles for sure. PvP games are falling off, dude. Kind of. They kind of are and they kind of aren't. Because a new game just came out called BattleBit Remastered, which is amazing. And it's fun, but it's only fun when people make it fun. Enemies stunned by lightning strike have 50% chance to get electrified. Cool blitz change direction is attracted by enemies. Sure. Because the thing about it, what makes it so much fun is the core gameplay is good, but past that, what makes it really good is the proximity chat, right? If you have it so the people that are using proximity chat lose interest, the game loses so much enjoyability so quickly. When you just have all the sweats, which people use sweats like a slur nowadays. If you say sweat, certain folks are like, oh my god, all these bad players have to call folks sweats. What are you talking? Sweats is a pretty decent way to identify certain playstyles, such as only using the absolute meta weapons, which is fine. Meta is common in most games. Like you can call them basement virgins, you can call them meta abusers, you can call them sweats, you can call them whatever you want. But there's terms that exist for a reason because they describe certain playstyles in games. In any case, though, let's say you have BattleBit and you lose the folks that use proximity chat even for fun. The game loses so much enjoyability so quickly, it's actually insane. Because look at the videos of the people that are sweating their Johnson off, right? In their videos, you'll see them talking about, let's say, you'll see them like showing gameplay, and in the gameplay, they have proximity chat like, oh, this guy's cheating, this guy's doing this guy's doing that, P90 abuser, vector user, whatever, right? But proximity chat even gives them content. So I fear there's a possibility that we just start losing more and more people that use proximity chat, and the loss of those people, it would be crucially bad. I use that terminology wrong, but it would not be good for the game, I feel. Because even in my case, right, there's times where I'm not talking because I have to focus to do well in a game, and baseline, BattleBit is a PvP FPS. Enemy stunned by lightning strikes, blah blah. When lightning strike deals critical hit, it causes an explosion that deals, yeah. So it's PvP FPS. So baseline, you need to do well to play the game. But when I'm doing well and folks are talking, I will stop what I'm doing and try and have a conversation. Try and, play into it. Try and just have fun. Especially if they're trying to have fun. Even when they're not trying to have fun, I'll try and make them have fun by talking. Like I had some dudes get a little upset. They're like, you're, cursing at me or whatever. It's fine to curse, but they're obviously not having a good time. So I'm just like, chill out, little bitch. And then they actually have fun. Like they start getting into the character of the game. And that's fun. Like the fond memories I have of BattleBit so far aren't necessarily from popping off, because who cares? You're playing Roblox Battlefield effectively. Popping off in that game is not really impressive because there is no SBMM, which is good. Thank God. Skill-based matchmaking is super bad. The only folks that really like SBMM outside of ranked modes are the people that don't know how it works. No, I should have done this. It's fine. The folks that are like, yeah, SBMM is good, they don't know how it works. They don't even know how the game they play works. And that's all there is to it. Like some folks will say, if you like SBMM, you're bad at the game. It's not that deep. Instead, it's just they don't know how the game works. Because a lot of games have way more than just SBMM. They have freaking engagement optimized matchmaking, which is even worse. Like SBMM sucks, much matchmaking. Engagement optimized matchmaking is even worse somehow. Firing frequency, yes. But the thing that makes these FPS games suck is the goal that they all have, which is retention. It's not making a fun game that people play because they enjoy it. It's making a game that people play because of the psychological research they're doing to make people engage with it, even when they don't want to. Like, look at Apex and Overwatch again. People will say, like, I hate this game, but I can't stop playing it. There's a reason for that. They've done a lot of research to make sure you do that. And also, they're invested. Like, people have investment in these games. Piercing, sure. So I don't know, man. Gaming's in a weird spot. Okay, I can't get this this magnet has to stay. It's like the one I want to stay. It's not in the world as long as one magnet's on the map. But that one's just like in a really safe and easy spot because it's like right where all the ghost guards that are running stop. So far, I hope people are enjoying this video. It's just me ranting, but I'm trying to make sense of what I'm talking about because it's better to do that than say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and flamethrower these nerds. They're standing still. Okay, they got eviscerated. I'm moving my cursor, my crosshair to the dragons, popping off positively. I think it's better to talk about random stuff, game related, than that. I think, at least. A little bit of the phase Jeff style, which is now being copied by Tim the Tat Man, which is now being copied by me. You know, just making the content circle go around. Electrified chance, sure. Curious though, what's my damage output? Lightning strike is actually doing big things. Electrified damage, also pretty clean. Burn damage is a joke. Look at this. 500,000 versus 110,000. Huh. Kugel Blitz is not really popping off, but don't you worry. There's still a chance. So you're saying there's a chance? There is. There's one upgrade. I think there's actually two upgrades. Maybe just one. One makes it so Kugel Blitz sends out lightning, chain lightning. If I get that, it is Jeegers Pizzers, brother. More shockwaves. 30% more shockwaves. I think it's attack speed. Sure. I do think that the cogwheels are crazy. I've never seen more DPS on anything except for the cogwheels. Except for, actually, maybe the Kugel Blitz once. I think I was cheesing it and they were hitting the unkillable guards, so to speak. Attack speed, I don't know how viable the Potion of Oblivions are, except for getting rid of like the things you absolutely don't want. But if you get rid of everything, you get towards late game, I feel like you can't get anything. If you get like a level 108, you get nothing. Which is tragic. Crits. This dude's gonna get melted. He actually hit me, which is Kringles. He's getting melted. I'm hitting for like 2,200 in such a fast period of time. With the lightning. The fire is doing like next to nothing, I'm pretty sure. I just got reminded, this game's art style reminds me heavily of a game called Hammer's Watch, right? Or Heroes of Hammer Watch. And they're making a Heroes of Hammer Watch 2. I played a lot of Heroes of Hammer Watch 1 with Revy. I played, I think, around maybe 100 hours. Maybe. So, I'm excited for that game too, man. And another game that's like Dead Cells kind of, and sort of the way you scroll through it. It's like freaking a 2D scroller, I guess, but it's a roguelite. Is Risk of Rain Returns. Not Risk of Rain 2 or 1. Risk of Rain Returns, which they're making right now. It releases in 2023 on Steam. Also pretty sick. And that's a pretty big side note. If you ever use the Epic Games Store, credit code ODO at checkout, please. That'd be appreciated. Sad part though is Steam has the Steam Deck now, so it makes a lot of sense for folks that have said device to use Steam Deck. And I get, it's like kind of random. I get that people don't like the idea of having multiple launchers, and I agree. But the thing that Epic Games Store does that Steam doesn't is provide a smaller revenue cut from developers, right? It's good for developers. They take less money. Steam is like 30%, which Steam offers a lot of value too, but still 30% is a lot. But Epic Games Store, on top of only taking like 13 or 12%, I believe from what last time I googled it, they give pretty much everyone the possibility at a creator code, which every major game should have nowadays, like every single one. Because if you're having these content creators basically shill for your game, which is what they do, like look at Apex for instance, these people are shilling like crazy for the game. There's no creator code. Epic Games Store, creator code. And I guess maybe I'm kind of sentimental because Epic Games Store is a big reason why I'm still doing content today, because of how much money I made during Dauntless, which wasn't like a crazy amount, but it was not nothing. It wasn't like on par with YouTube or Twitch revenue. Actually, it was more than Twitch, but it was less than YouTube. Without Epic Games, I would not be making content right now. I'd be working at McDonald's flipping burgers, 100%. So I appreciate what they do for content creators in general. And in back of my old videos, I used to always say, if you don't use my code, use someone's code. Because not using someone's code is just silly if you're aware of what it can do. And I was aware that it could kind of change people's lives, bro. Especially if you're like a newer content creator, which I was at the time. Now I'm just a decrepit, falling off content creator who's just trying to regain any sense of community on YouTube. Smile. Fun stuff. This is so bad. Plus 3 damage. I feel like that's nothing. But maybe I don't know the multiplications that go into that. I feel like I'm gonna go with attack speed on that. So Phantom Needles hit for like 331. Lightning hits for like 4,400. I find it insane how this game can maintain your attention when you're not even doing anything too crazy. But maybe it's all the effects and all that crazy damage. Honestly, I think it is progression. Progression is such an underrated aspect of games nowadays that many game developers get wrong. And this game does progression pretty good. Like when you progress from the start, you start with like nothing, and then you can build your blessings, you can get more damage, you get a bunch of different buffs, you get different gear that you have to slowly acquire. And then in the match itself, you have different traits to pick. Which is why I think that Raven's Watch is such a sick game. It just needs a bit more content. Like I still recommend it, but I know that people have attention spans that are just in the negatives right now. So it's hard to say like, yeah, it's worth the money, because it's worth the money for me. Raven's Watch, for like what, 19 bucks? And I've gotten 75 hours out of it. That's worth it. If you get $1 per hour of gameplay out of a game, you lucked out. Because people spend how much money for a movie ticket? Like 12 bucks usually, probably. Google Blitz additionally cast Chain Lightning. I told you. The Chain Lightning is going to be big. It feels like all the kills come out in the last 10 minutes. Okay, avoid that like the plague. I'm actually curious. Google Blitz. Hey, I already jumped into 3k damage. 3k DPS, rather. Flamecaster still rolling. Electrify damage is 1,000,000. I do have 2 electrify abilities, but that's just par for the course. Yeah, progression in games is so crucial that like people just they throw out the window nowadays, man. And progression can be for things that are cosmetic. It doesn't have to be power necessarily. But in roguelikes, you kind of want power to be progression because you want to start off kind of weak, but you can still do things, and you see potential for craziness. Like craziness in these kind of games is such a big factor. So in roguelikes, you want that. But at the same time, man, cosmetic grind is also pretty sick. Like imagine I could get like a crazy skin that turns my flames green. If you make an achievement on Steam, I'd definitely work towards it, because for some reason in this game, I felt like 100%ing it. Because it didn't seem too crazy. It didn't seem like a crazy time grind, so I figured I might as well. And this game wasn't expensive either. It was like $6. I think I got it on sale. Maybe $5. 100% worth. I think that this character is the best. I also think that the Shield Maiden is insane. I mean insane. And Scholar, weirdly enough, can be pretty good. I don't know if they're really good though, but I think that they can be good. I just too small a brain to actually know how. Fire area, burn damage, or fire damage and burn chance versus crit chance, lightning damage, and electrify chance. Electrify is just so much better. I just want to see what does the most damage, because I still have faith that Kugel Blitz will carry. Like Kugel Bits, wow. Sounds like a snack. A pretty good one at that too. But Kugel Blitz will carry. I'm almost guaranteeing it. Could you imagine, right? I said all things I've said in this video, which I think are pretty chill, pretty good. And I wasn't recording. I would lose my mind. That's happened before. You look over, it just says start recording. You're like, oh, I thought I was recording the whole time. I've been seeing tier lists about food, man. And I feel like these people that rate food are smoked. Maybe not. Maybe I'm really picky, which I am. But I don't trust half these ratings. Especially like on food, I don't trust the ratings, right? I especially don't trust it on drinks. People out here are psychopaths. The drinks that they enjoy are just not... It's not even real. It's fake. Electrified chance, base damage. I kind of like that. But we must commit. Like the people that say that prime energy drinks, like the ones that have caffeine, are good. I had me, my dad, and my brother try those drinks. We tried 5 different flavors. Not a single flavor, I think, got more than like a 4. And most of them got like between like a 1 and a 2. It was just not good. At all. And my dad is a freaking caffeine drink addict. Bro's got Celsius drinks. He's got all kinds of stuff in his fridge. Mostly Celsius, actually. He should get sponsored by Celsius. Like, I should get sponsored because I appreciate it. But his commitment to that brand is insane. Speaking of Celsius, my problem with that drink, man, why do they have to try and advertise like, oh, you can burn calories by drinking this drink? You don't have to do that, bro. You make a pretty tasty drink. It's got caffeine. Whatever else it has in it, maybe it's healthy stuff in it, whatever. As long as nothing is really bad for you, you make a good drink. I haven't done too much research on it though. You don't have to sit there and lie to folks. Be like, yeah, bro, you burn hell. Now I get ring blades. Enemy stunned by lightning strikes have a 50% chance to get electrified. I don't know if ring blades are the play here, but I think it's better than electrify. 100 damage each tick based on the amount of stacks applied to the enemy. Each stack decreases the tick time base 1 second. When electrify ticks, it is reduced by 1 stack. I'll try it. I'm committed. I'm committed. I'm turning into a tank now too. But YouTube is so bad about promoting streams. I realized that. And on YouTube, they have like the worst emotes possible. Makes the entire experience garbage. Like, I've tried streaming on YouTube for, I think, 3 days now. I tried it back in the day as well. I did one stream on there a long time ago, where I had like my most, I had my most viewers organically on YouTube way back when it all was popping. But it just wasn't, it didn't really feel great. Thanks for the membership. Thanks for the membership. Oh, you want to cancel your membership? Okay. But memberships when it comes to subs is weird. I prefer subs, like the term subs 100%. Another weird thing. Also, I'm frying damage wise, but we will not be hitting what I wanted to, which is like 20 something K, or I wanted to hit 30K. A word that I really never use now is smoothie. When I worked at Fitwell, my boss was this very freaking wretched old lady. She owned the entire gym. She was really wealthy. I didn't like her that much. And the way she said smoothie was unlike anyone else I've ever met in my life. And it made me feel some kind of way. And she always picked me to make smoothies for people. I didn't like making smoothies. I did it because it's my job. And I'm not going to say no to my boss. But I knew that she was making me do it. And she knew, and I think that she knew I didn't like doing it, but I would do it anyway. And it's just the way she said smoothie grinds my gears. So now I use shake. Shake is my new word for anything smoothie related. And I've run into a problem on TikTok where when I say shake on TikTok and Twitch, folks are like, don't you mean smoothie? It's like, no. Smoothie is for freaking dictators that own gyms. I'm a shake person myself. But if you have ring blades, you're killing things off your screen. So you just get so many kills. But this right here, this is just raw damage. Because ring blades are kind of hard to hit the last boss with. You can do it, but it's not super easy. Not this boss, at least. Alright, quota has been met. You can farm these green dudes for certain damage challenges, and I did do that. And now that the boss is here, we grab this. At level 100 just to do it, just to say we did. I have 1,000 HP. I'm nuts. All right, how many stacks can we get? It's not letting striking the random mobs. Definitely mowing a little bit. Like I work with lawns. can I get 24 stacks like this? Was it 20 stacks or 24 stacks? I think his minions are actually taking a lot of my damage away from me, which I can't complain about because I also use his minions to finish damage quests. I think I was in here and I had one of the abilities that was low. Oh, nothing I can swim back, so we're just done. No, I should have checked my damage. No. We can see here. Wow, Phantom Needles actually was doing work. Electrify did 5 million damage. Burn did 400,000. Fire is a sad time, man. I think that fire would be cooler if it could spread. That'd be a cool aspect to it. Like maybe a trait you unlock, but they probably won't change anything, which is fine. The game's still fantastic. Still highly recommend it if you want like a chill roguelike experience with like progression and whatnot. That sound in the background drive me nuts. But these were not the best abilities to take. I still made it work. And for that, I think this build's still the best. Because the build itself, gear-wise, is crazy. The RNG for your abilities is what really determines your damage output and your kills and stuff. So yep, that's the build. As seen in the screen as such. Yes, Sirski. That's what I enjoy the most. Yep. Pretty good stuff. Dang, you can't afford anything. I'm broke in these streets. Alright, that's the video, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Peace.